So, thank you very much for the introduction. Man of the Year 2022, according to Rzeczpospolita Logistics Award. In 2018, you received a Leo Award in Germany by Deutsche Verkehrszeitung. You are a husband and a father of 3 daughters, a Dutch, but Polish by choice.
Yes, you're well informed.
I did my research. And also there's another story. In 1989, you bought a map of Poland and you put 12 points on the map and decided to put branches of your company and started operations in Poland. Now, the Raben Group employs over 12,000 people, owns 2 million of square meters of warehouse spaces, global turnover 2 billion euro. Branches of the group are operating in 16 European countries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
But we're not here to talk about the company itself, but about the serious issue, and you have a clear conviction here. Europe is not agile enough. Why?
Look at the European map. To my opinion, and if somebody feels well with my black-white statement here, I'm very sorry, but I hope it's an inspiration. Europe is in a black hole. Take an example. Our Western neighbor, Germany, recession, going for the 3rd year, and most likely, my humble assumption, very likely a 4th year will come. We see whole Western Europe in a bad shape. And if we like it or not, we here in CEE and Poland, Czech and Romania, all these countries are very much depending on what's happening in Western Europe. An economist would say, and when I was young at school, then one guy tried to teach me, hey, Ewald, whenever an economy will grow by 1.5% per year, your unemployment rate will stay at the same level. So if you have a larger growth, a better growth, the unemployment will go down. And if you have lower growth or recession, then unemployment will go up. In reality, Europe doesn't see a change in unemployment rate. So an economist would say, Houston, we have a problem. A problem because the European economy is simply not flexible anymore, is not reacting on changes in economy. So if we have better times, we have worse times, if we have COVID or we have a starting war in the East, we don't see it in the unemployment rate. So I give you an example why it's so bad. In Europe, we do not see that a significant industry, and it's the car industry. You like probably all cars and you use cars, and we're buying the majority probably German branded cars. But we do not understand that the spare parts come from Central Europe. Understanding that Asia takes this industry over. To my humble assumption, they will feed us with cars in a size that the German brands do not know how to react to it. But this does mean that Central Europe gets a hit too. Yeah, so Central Europe, I hope that they remain flexible, but the inefficiency, the locked situation we have in Western Europe will kill them. And why is happening that? Because the labor market is locked. Simply, we are not able to react. We cannot reduce the number of people when our business goes down. We are afraid to scale up when the business goes better, because if the business goes bad again, then we have to reduce, and this is not able. So therefore, yes, we are in a bad shape.
Do you think there's different work ethics in different parts of Europe, and does it influence the whole state of economy in Europe?
This is a question to you. Imagine, you are an entrepreneur like me. There's a labor law in the country you're active, and which does not allow you to reduce staff. Or for a very high ticket, for a very expensive ticket. And you are the entrepreneur, you have an employee, he's 30 years in your company, he's not performing well, and actually you don't like him because you do not have this coffee machine talk 7:30 in the morning. And actually, whenever he goes, it's better. But you are not able to reduce him or to get rid of him because it's too expensive. The same, the employee will look at you as a boss, that's the owner of the company, and says, hey, I'm 30 years in the company. I will not do my best to make my boss happy or the company something good. I hope that he will kick me out and I get a bunch of money, which is equal to 2 years' salary, including the termination period. And after the 2 years, I will see what I can do. But anyway, if I do not find a job after 2 years, the government will take care about me. I get social money to an extent that I will survive. So this is the issue of Western Europe.
Do you think there's a problem in social packages in Europe?
Yes, because the politicians do not want to tackle this issue. They are afraid to touch the social security of the people, which is blocking the market and does not make us flexible.
So what is your vision of a fully agile Europe in 2030, let's say?
Okay, 2030, you give me a short time for repairing it, yeah? And actually in 15 minutes I cannot tell you what is the full recipe, but when I have a dream, yeah? There was one guy who told me, I have a dream. I have a dream too. That we as Europeans start to think differently. Our market is not Europe. Although we think that we are in the middle of the world, we are not. We ignore, or we try to ignore, to react to what is happening in Asia. With all the respect and what we like or do not like, what is happening in the US. But somehow, Trump is putting the finger on the pain and changing something. And we are not doing that. So what I'm saying is that we must understand we are in a global economy. We must be flexible. We must be agile. And we must create a positive atmosphere around us, which means that people start to take care about each other. And meaning the company about the people about the company, and both they take care about the society. And this is something which I dream of in Europe. This means that we go through a further dip to change that, because the trade unions, the working councils in Western Europe will not like what I'm saying. I know it, but if we want to be on the map, my dream of the Polish maps, once it came out, but I hope that my dream of the European map will come out too. But probably we go for another 5-7 years dip to understand that we have to change and to make us flexible and react to the global market.
Many people are listening to you in the room, but also outside, and you can actually send many messages also to the politicians. And if you had one main message for European policymakers regarding agility, what would it be?
That's a wider question to answer, but I've tried to keep it short. Bureaucracy is an issue. We heard it the whole morning. So cut 1/3 of all the people who are working in the politics. Don't laugh, because they cost money. A politician does not produce money. They cost money. It costs your tax. Your tax rate will go up because we have more of these intelligent people who try to make very intransparent laws, sometimes contradictory to local, central in a country, and Brussels. And this is breaking it's going to slow down our economy because of the rules. So cut 1/3 of the bureaucracy. Second, make a free labor law with clear rules where it doesn't say that you have to go to court and try to reduce 100 people because your business collapses. Yeah, so if my company has almost 13,000 people, if our business would collapse by 50%, theoretically we have to reduce 50%. But if that is happening, We can close the company because we cannot afford to pay that social package. So we are dead. And this is a situation which all the companies do have in Europe. So make it flexible, clear rules. If I need to reduce, then you pay this X amount or a certain formula, but not what can be personal, interfered, or understood in a different way. If you have to pay 5 times the salary, 12, 20 times, 25 times the salary to reduce a person. And this must be clear. Give the entrepreneurs, small, mid-sized and global companies, a clear rule, what are the laws, how to react within this environment. And then I think this transparency will give us already a lot of tailwind to move forward.
Unfortunately, we don't have more time to discuss what else is to be done, but I would like to close this interesting chat with you by personal question. Let's say you're the Dutch living in Poland for 35 years.
Yeah.
There may be things you like and you do not like about working, living, and having a business operating in Poland. What are these?
I'm fully in love with this country.
That's how we wanted to end the discussion.
And I tell you why. Obviously, we look from the economic perspective and everything is fantastic. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people. Almost 40 million people, Polish people, positive-minded, willing to achieve something, supporting each other when somebody is in a difficult situation. You have this WSAP. I translated in English, the great orchestra Christmas support. Yeah, something like that. It's the most thrilling moment. I get emotional about it because the government does not his job, but the Polish people take care about themselves. And they collected so much money to help other people. And there's nothing better like that. And how can you not be in love with a country where people are ready to help each other? But I do not like that much in Poland that we have this polarization in the politics because we create an enemy which does not exist. Yeah, I cannot imagine there is a party that they think about an enemy which is simply not there. And come on, the last 35 years when I am in Poland, I came to Poland when I was a young boy, 1977 in July. When my mother asked where you want to go for holiday, together with my brother, we said we want to go to Poland. My dad said, "Mom," or to my mom, "Hey Nelly, you have to go." It was not a nice time in Poland by then. But if you look today, it's a totally different country. And this development, what Poland went through, come on, there's no other place on universe which had this beautiful development. And I can only say, Polish people, one thing that I don't like, maybe that's a nice ending. Polish people, be a little bit more proud, a little bit less complaining about your country, because you have a fantastic country. Be proud. Thank you.
Wonderful to take back from this fireside chat. Ewald Raben, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.